more abandoned than dump dogs. They're terrified. They've been under-socialized. They're definitely underfed. We're going to be working on giving them space to decompress and start building trust with us and teaching them that not everybody is bad.
So we got a phone call from a good Samaritan that watched these two dogs get thrown out of a car in our community in Kashmir. Decided that we were going to see what was going on, figure out what kind of shape they're in. It's really frustrating for us, and as much as we are doing our best to put as many resources into the community that we can and through Current Safe, we are still having an overbreeding problem and a dumping problem in Cook County. Current Safe has 47 SNP buses this month. It's still not enough. And we're literally doing everything we can, and we're still ending up in situations like this where we have one completely shut down, terrified dog. The other one's much more friendly, but they're getting dumped in our communities. It's just, we're trying to do everything we can to make it better. Not just Marley's, but like I said, Current Safe and rescues and shelters in the community to try and make it better. And when things like this happen, even though we take our wins when we can, when things like this happen, it's really, really tough on us. These two just scarfed down about 4 to 5 cups of kibble and an entire can of wet food. And I can't even tell you how much water they drink. They're terrified. We have to quarantine them because we don't know where they've been, and we have to make sure that they're not a risk to our population, but they're also a flight risk. So we're going to keep them in Courageous Cottage for the next couple of weeks and just try to put some weight on them. They're very skinny. They think that they're about a year old. It's really sad. This one kind of really bothers me. They all do, but this one especially. And you get a phone call from the community that the dogs were tossed out of a car and they're chasing the car that they came from. It's really, really tough to swallow.
Working through not just our rescue or SOS or Baker's Soapbox and Bullies or the shelters, but now we have the Current Safe Alliance. And we're really trying to give people resources to keep their dogs in their homes. If you're having a hard time affording food, we would much rather help sponsor feeding your dog than have another set of dogs here at the range that are terrified and shut down because their whole world just got turned upside down. They don't know us, they don't know the environment, and for these guys, they got dumped in the middle of town trying to follow their family who's left them behind, and then now they've been moved yet again into another environment that they don't know. We want to help people keep their dogs in their homes. We understand, the economic situation is not great. It's hard to find pet-friendly housing. Cost of living's gone up, so being able to afford having a pet is a struggle where, a few years back it wasn't as hard. We understand all of that, and that's why we've put programs into place to try to help with those things. But if you're not going to reach out for help, we can't help you. We don't know who needs help without somebody being willing to admit that they need some help. Just a plea to the community, we would much rather help you with food or vet care or whatever it is than try to go get these dogs off of the street. Our concern being they get hit by a car, they get attacked by other animals. There's so many things that can happen, and when you just abandon them, reach out, ask for help, let somebody know what you need, and see the community come together to help. Because it's not even just Current Safe. We're in Tehachapi. This is a small community. We all still look out for each other. And I've seen plenty of times people get on social media saying they need kids' clothing or they need help with groceries to feed their kids. And the community comes together and we help people. Just ask. Just let somebody know that you need help and let the community help you. It's heartbreaking to know that these guys just got abandoned and thrown away like trash. These are living, sentient beings. And the level of disregard that is being shown to these animals in Kerr County is infuriating and disheartening. And there are a handful of people who are following that trend that really care about the dog and for some reason think that this is a better option for them. And I want you to understand it's not a better option for them. For the 2 that we saved today, there's probably 100 roaming the orchards between here and Bakersfield that aren't gonna get saved. And no way is this better for them. So, I don't know if it's a pride and ego thing, feeling ashamed that you need help, but there's no shame in that. Dumping them is shameful. If you were willing to be humble and ask for help, I think people would be shocked at the amount of people who are willing to step up and help. And so that's what we're asking for. Put your ego aside, and if you need help, ask for help. But don't do this to the dogs. There's never a circumstance where this is okay. We're better than that.